guys the story about taking Mamba to his first veterinary visit at the PetSmart and like how left that went and how I felt like I was treated, but I didn't tell you guys about this part. So I'm sitting on the little bench because this is a rich folks PetSmart. Like Banfield is in the PetSmart, right? I'm sitting on this little bench out front, and I'm kind of wound up because I just had this lady like try to school me like I'm dumb. Like, yeah, yeah, look on the back of the bag and it'll tell you how much to feed your dog. I'm all frustrated, and I'm still aware of my surroundings. And a old white lady, right? Older white lady, like she had to be at least in her 80s. If I'm just judging, I don't know. But she had made her way to sit, like, you know how these little wooden benches be right next to each other and there's that little bit of gap of space in between. Well, she had made herself to sit on the bench that was right next to mine, but closest to the gap, if I'm making sense. Like she could have slid down, but she sat right there. And I was aware of it, but I was kind of dealing with my own situation, worried about what I was going on and frustrated. And she was kind of sniffling, and even me with corona going on, I was just so engrossed in what I had going on and my frustration that I didn't even sweat that. And I look over at her finally, and she just talks to me and she says, um, they just put my dog to sleep. Like, I can't make this up. They just put my dog to sleep, and she was crying right there, right? So I talk about this often in my episodes and even in like real life with people. I know God gives us gifts, and I don't know all my gifts for sure, but one gift I am for sure of is this ability that I have for people to just like spill their guts to me. You feel me? And I mean that's the way I could put it. Like people I just meet, man, and end up will tell me about like an 8-year relationship they were in when they were younger that they didn't like, that kind of stuff. But so anyway, so she just looks at me and she's crying and she's like, they just put my dog to sleep. So her husband was in the store because as I'm talking to her, I remember they had walked by, and now I'm putting it together like, hey, they putting the dogs to sleep as well right back there. It's the vet still, right? So I didn't stop and be like, why are you telling me this? I didn't give her a weird look. I didn't say, well, hey, that don't have nothing to do with me. I stopped right there. And I'm thankful for this moment even now as I talk about it, man. And I gave her my full attention. And I was like, I'm sorry to hear that. And then I took it a step further, like, how old was your dog? And I had a real conversation with her. And it didn't change the fact that her dog died, but I realized God put people in situations. You see what I'm saying? It was on me right there. Number one, that calmed me down from what I was frustrated about. Number two, it just shows awareness, and that's how you see through the lens of love. Because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm being so honest right now. Whenever, and this started maybe way before when I started to go visit my grandmother, I would see these older white people, but I live in Georgia. So if they like 80 or 85 years old, I'm automatically thinking, yo, they're definitely racist. And that's something I got to get over. And I know it might not be right, but it's like, even in that situation, like, and it's a little funny. It's not cool, but I'm working on it. But in even that situation, I was like, man, we in this PetSmart. The whole staff is standing at the counter right there, and here this lady is holding her dog collar in her hand, and something made her talk to me about that. Look for connections with others. Don't turn your face up and think about yourself. Accept that for what it is. That person confided in you enough to express something that deep and emotional. It's very, very selfish. It tell you a lot about yourself if you can't just stop and accept that and take from that